Okay, this is a video I should have done a while back when somebody asked this question on how to lubricate the motors on the Model Bs. I use these oilers that I got. They were originally made by the company that makes these Faden Engineering. They were originally made to oil typewriters, but they work real well for getting in. I mean, you can see they got really microfine tips on them. I don't know if you can. I don't think it's gonna zoom in on it good enough, but I think you can get these also from Sinclair. They're called the Luballs, made by Faden Engineering, and there's the information there. I just usually call this guy direct. That's his number. As far as I know, it's still a good number. It's at 888-204-0900. I think they're like $4 or $5 plus shipping and handling, depending on how many you get. They're real good for putting little drops of stuff on stuff. I mean, you can see they work real well for getting into places in the gun that's hard to get to. I know a lot of people say to oil it through those holes. You can, but I typically don't. I don't know if you can see down in there. But the shaft is actually more towards where the air vent holes are on this. If you just lube down through the hole on the back side, you can see, I don't know how well you can see, there's actually like a metal buildup for the bearing back there. So if you just stick it down through and drop down onto the shaft, it's kind of hard for me to get a good shot of it. And then on the front side, it's pretty much the same way. You can oil through here and here, but I prefer not to. I usually take and I put this tip all the way down in, and I'll stand it up like this when I do it, because when I oil, I'll take this, I'll stick it right in there, and you can see I'll give it a good shot there, and I'll reach back in. I know you can't see it. I'll put it right against the shaft. I'll give it a good squirt, and then I'll turn it on. And I'll let it sit that way, and I'll let it run for 4 or 5 minutes. And that's how I oil my motor. Like I said, I'll let this sit like this, and I'll let it run for 10 or 15 minutes in this position, so the oil can, let gravity work its way down the shaft onto the bearing, and the same way down onto the bearing. That's how I do it. I don't know if that's necessarily the proper way to do it, but it's been working for me.